Hey y'all, this is TCA Gaming. So we're going to show a few different things in this video. I'm going to show you some purchases that I've made. I believe there's like a mystery kind of box from Matthew again, if you guys remember him. He sent several so far, and like I said, I don't buy these things, man. He's made 3 or 4 for me. But we also did a trade too, and that worked out pretty good. And then I'm going to also show you what we're currently at with the trade for Pokedex Challenge. So I'm going to start off with that. So I originally had the base set Alakazam. I traded it to I traded that to Ike for the Sabrina's Alakazam PSA 10. And then Z and G emailed me. He said he wanted to trade me one of these for the Sabrina's Alakazam. So this right here has been selling I actually saw one sell for like $650, but they've been selling for $500 plus. So I was like, you know what, let's do that trade. So now I have this, and I've actually already traded this to the next guy who offered me I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm going to leave it a surprise. And then that one is already in the works for anybody who's emailed me wanting to trade and see what the current item is. We're going through that, but it's roughly $800 to $1,000 item now. So I think we're definitely moving a lot faster than I thought we would. You know, we're only 3 trades in. I have several people interested, and it's going to be great. We're going to donate everything to an auction. I think each person who's participating gets to auction it off and then make the donation. But what I did was, instead of so that we could do mail stuff, this last trade that I did, I offered to pay for express shipping. I think I'm going to do that for future trades. If it has to go through the mail, maybe I can just buy somebody, pay for their express shipping, let that make it just happen a little bit faster so that we can get to the 10 full trades. But anyways, we're going to set that off to the side. That one is technically already gone, but I want to keep you guys up to date with all the trades. Next up, from the Analytic Gengar. So check out all his stuff there. I think I've bought a few things off of him in the past as well. Bought something pretty cool. It's my favorite 10. It's the Carry 10. Now this isn't the first 10 that come out from Pokemon. It was the 3rd year. 10s they started coming out in 2003. I believe the first one was the EX Ruby and Sapphire 10. Is like a silver one. It's pretty big like this, but it's more rectangular. I guess it's a little bit taller, not quite as wide. But it's silver, has like Swampert on the front, and I think probably Blaziken, I imagine Sceptile. I can't remember to be sure, but it has like 5 EX packs. Has a Pikachu and a Meowth sealed promo inside, number 12 and number 13 for the Nintendo Black Star promos. And then they go into the window 10s, and this is one. And then there's the deck 10s as well. And then this is one of the last EX Series 10s. And if you look at it, you get 3 EX Series booster packs, but I think these are all like right there at the end, like some of the better EX Series packs, like they come with gold stars and stuff. So I really like this one. It does have a dent over here, but I'm going to stick it back in my personal collection. I think it's really cool. Like I said, I just bought it mainly for my personal collection. I'm not sure what it's worth. I think I paid between $800 and $900. It was an auction. I think it was like $860. But I think because I looked up the packs, I believe it was like Dragon Frontiers, Holland Phantoms, packs like that. It has a good shot of being in there. I put the value pretty close to $1,000 from what I was seeing, but I'm not completely sure on that one. I'm not a regular buyer of EX Series product. All right, now moving on, I have a Typhlosion. This is a PSA 8, and it is the Unlimited. I paid $250 for this one. Put that one off to the side. Next up, we have a Legendary Collection Charizard PSA 9, and I bought 2 of these in auction. There were several reasons. I'm still looking for a PSA 10 of this card. Definitely willing to pay a record price for it because one hasn't sold in a little while. I'm thinking a good price for this one would be around $10,000. I'm not sure. I'd want to see how strong it is. I think the last few sold in the $7,000 range. So I don't know. I don't even know if that'll get it. I don't know if it might be a little too high. If one goes through auction, I'm probably going to be a player on it. But I am looking for one if somebody's trying to sell one. All right. Here we go. Let's see what I have here. This was actually part of that purchase that was, let me move this, that had a lot of the PSA stuff that I told you guys I paid $16K for. The only things that was missing from the collection when he sent were these black and white packs, which are really starting to increase in price. I don't know if they've been weighed or not. I assume they're not, because he said on the back it's got like these little tamper evidence seals, and the fact that they have, or that inside of them they have those card savers. It would be really tough to weigh these. So assuming all that's legit, because I haven't really checked those out before. I assume it is. I mean, maybe I'll open one and just see what happens. But I assume they're unweighed. And Plasma Storm has, you know, a really good card inside of it. It has the Plasma Storm Charizard, the secret rare, the gold shiny one, and it can get really, really pricey. Next up, I have a note from, well, I'll get to that in a minute. Rusty, the Charizard Authority, haven't been called that in a while. Thank you so much. My husband and I love your videos. We really appreciate all you're doing for us. I know a lot of hard work goes into this, and we thank you into it. If you can use our raw review in a video, that would be awesome. We'd love to see what you think. Thanks again, Zara and Trey. There's his name, and TNT Cards and Collectibles. So unfortunately, I did send off their PSA order like right away. I didn't get a chance to record this video until Saturday, and normally I send out on Friday, or sometimes I send out Monday and Friday for the bulk order. So I don't have your order, but I have emailed them the results. I think they're pretty happy with the stuff. So, but thank you for the note. I really appreciate it. Next up, I have this box full of stuff. There's a code. You guys probably saw my address, but probably half of you know it. That's from Evolutions. So I made a trade with Matthew again. I'm going to show you this stuff inside the box here in a minute. But I traded him this Gold Star Charizard. It's a PSA 8. This is Japanese. It's unlimited. He traded me, it's like an Entei Gold Star PSA 9, a Lugia 8.5 unlimited, and then there was another card too. I think it was a Blaine's Charizard 8. And I also gave him like 225 bucks. And then he also gave me some top stuff as well. And for me, I think the other English stuff, I think it was a pretty even trade. He might have actually edged me out a little bit. But the way I see it, the English stuff is going up at a faster pace, even though this is a Gold Star Charizard. So I just listed that other stuff pretty high. Maybe it'll sell, maybe it won't. But he'll get something that he wants, and then maybe I can get, you know, a future sale on some of that other stuff. So, looks like there's another code right here. Let's see if I can get it here on camera. There you go. I think when I was showing this Evolution code, I was actually just showing the barcode, not the code itself. Alright, let's see what he has in here. So I think he sent some energy packs. That's what these are here. He sent several energy packs. I think he buys a lot of elite trainers. Something in here. It says sign, please. We'll check that out. Maybe he wants me to sign a card. Looks like we got some codes. Looks like there's some cards in here. And some other stuff. So we got a lot of deck dividers. Definitely come from elite trainers. If you don't buy elite trainers, you may not know what I'm talking about. When you buy an elite trainer, you get 4 deck dividers like these, and it's usually matching to whatever it was. So like this would have been from Unbroken Bonds. Maybe it's 5 now. Unified Minds would have been from Mewtwo. Then you got Team Up for that one. This would be that Soul Galeo probably one, some Sun and Moon set for that one, probably Sun and Moon base. But you also get when you get some of these, you get these Tag Team GX markers. You also get counters to play with, and you also get some dice. So he sent several of those, which is pretty cool. The dice, usually there's one with a set symbol on it, like that one. Let's see it there. So a lot of people really like the Elite Trainer stuff, because you also get 8 packs. You get a box to hold the stuff in. You get a code card and a few other things. So he sent this, a General Mills pack. We'll probably open that up. Maybe we'll get some Bulbasaur. And then here's some codes. So Sword and Shield, Unified Minds, Sword and Shield, Team Up, Cosmic Eclipse, Hidden Fates. Some nice Hidden Fates codes. There we go, Evolutions, Roaring Skies, got a Salamence 10, some Crimson Invasion, Burning Shadows, and Cosmic Eclipse. You guys let me know if you activate those codes and get something really cool. Now, let's see what he has here. We're going to have to earn it. So we got a Meryl promo and an Azumarill. So this is from Steam Siege. Steam Siege had a pretty unique introduction of a type of card. It was a dual type like this. So and you can see that it's both fairy and water. And there were a lot of pretty cool cards that were introduced. And because of this dual type, the Xerneas from Breakthrough at the time, it made this new, oh wow, check that out, made this new deck that was super popular at the time and very strong. It was called Rainbow Road. But basically you could have The Sky Field allows you to have up to 8 Pokemon on your bench, and then you have these dual type Pokemon you could bring out. And Xerneas did like 30 damage times the amount of types of Pokemon you had on your bench. So, I mean, it was pretty crazy. Wow, so we got some Arceus level X, and this is from one of the 10s. See, this is the DP53. These were pretty notorious for, so you can kind of see up there these little marks on the top where they were just shoved down into the top of the 10. And that's why the the Charizard DP45 is so expensive as a PSA 10. Right now, I'm actually bidding on one of those, and most likely I am going to lose. I thought $3,000 was going to be enough, but it's already over 3K. So, go figure. Sword and Shield. Oh wow, we got a Delmise V. Check that out. You know, I haven't opened up a ton of Sword and Shield. The last few sets I've kind of, like Rebel Clash, I didn't open up any. And that was because of, you know, what happened with everything that's going on in the world. I knew that PSA was shut down, and that I couldn't grade a lot of stuff because that's what I do. Man, that's in really nice shape. Probably going to PSA. And so I've been selling a sealed product, which has done pretty okay. Got another code. I'll check it out. Another secret rare. You got the Piplup. The only thing that I don't like about opening up these new sets and actually trying to play with them, make decks and stuff, is I don't get as good of a feel. What is this? I don't get as good of a feel for, you know, what cards are going to be that are expensive because they're playable. Like the Dedenne, you know, that was real expensive from Unbroken Bonds. Another Nolan Ryan. Wow. That's really cool. You know, I don't know much about sports, but I mean, I definitely recognize the name Nolan Ryan. I mean, I don't know much about sports cards. I used to watch pretty heavy basketball. Well, pretty much before I went to college, I used to watch the Tar Heels. That was my team. I was about as diehard as a fan as you could get. I went to NC State, and I still rooted for them the whole time I was there, but I didn't really have cable, so I slowly got out of it. And then after I graduated in 2012, I've never purchased cable or anything like that, so I don't really keep up with it anymore. Man, we got some full art, man. This thing was so playable. It was one of my favorite decks, the Buzzwole deck. Right when it come out, man, I threw that thing. I built a deck that first day. Well, it was before the set even released, and man, I was just tearing it up in the league. And ended up going on to win the championships that year. But now it's pretty irrelevant. See, it's like one of those cards. Like this right here was so expensive, wasn't terribly expensive, but for a set card, it was like $20-30. And then, you know, once it lost its playability, like it wasn't as competitive, it just went to nothing. And now it's one of the cheapest GX cards you can get, even from like Hidden Fates, like as a shiny PSA 10, it's like $30. Whereas some of the other ones, like, you know, you got Charizard, Espeon, Mewtwo, Umbreon, I mean, they're over $100, all of them. Burning Shadows, got another Silvally GX. I thought this one was going to be super, super playable. I mean, a lot of people did play it, but it wasn't as dominant as a lot of people thought it would be. Uh-oh, Charizard and Braxton GX. Man, check that out. You could get these from that deck recently. I can't remember the name of the deck, but basically you'd get 2 of the Unbroken Bonds Charizard, or Reshiram and Charizard GXs, and you got one of those. So, I mean, they were just, everybody wanted them. They sold out so fast. There we go. We have the Mega Venusaur EX, and I believe this was a reprint of the one from XY that was originally printed in XY base, and it had gotten pretty expensive. Megas back then, I mean, they were like $20, you know, minimum or so, up until like Ancient Origins, and then even still, they kept their value. But then when they reprinted Roaring Skies and they reprinted XY base, and they also reprinted Primal Clash, I mean, it was an Ancient Origins. It's like, what are you doing, Pokemon? But, you know, there was a need for it at the time. Roaring Skies boxes were like $300, and that was the only way that you could get Shaman EX. So people were they just kept on buying them, and the regular player couldn't really afford a $300 box. So they reprinted it, dropped them $76.50, and they're just now going back, you know, to where they're out of print, and the prices are going to start increasing again. I mean, this was 3 years ago. Got Ultra and the Crozma GX. Oh, man. He always just loads us down with good stuff, you know what I mean? We've got Sun and Moon Unified Minds, and we have a secret rare Super Scoop Up. Always like this card. You know I'm going to be sending this stuff to PSA if at all possible. I'm going to analyze it, see if it's any good. Most of these newer cards, once you send them off to PSA, they can get 30-40 bucks if they get a 10. Cards that are full art trainers, they usually have a lot of potential depending on the artwork. Sabrina's suggestion isn't one that is more popular, but having Sabrina in it is still going to do okay. So last but not least, we're going to open up this right here. So thank you so much, Matthew. You've always taken care of me with these extra boxes, and that's why I was very willing to trade for you. I think he had actually thought that he was going to be paying me $200 in the trade when I said plus 200 bucks, because he was, I think he said something about getting or paying through PayPal, but make sure I don't reveal it. Okay, but in reality, I was adding on 200 on my end. I think that's some kind of little code thing there. That's probably the holo. Look how much darker that is. Now these two should be. There's 13 cards in the set, if I remember correctly. There's 5 holos, and then there's just 8 regular commons. So this one's from Crimson Invasion. You have the Ghastly. That one's pretty cool. I like the Gengar. And then you have Bellsprout here from Celestial Storm. I think there was a Weeping Bell that I like playing with. And, you know, was never like really all that playable. And then the holo is Cubone. There we go. I think that's S.M. Pratt's favorite card or favorite Pokemon. Never really been big fan on Cubone personally myself, but I do like him. He's definitely he's got some style to him. Now, I forgot about this. We have sign, please. Let's see what's going on here. Maybe let's just sign something and send it back. Which, if any of you guys want anything signed, I don't mind doing that. Oh, there it is. I think you might have mentioned this. So we got first edition Dark Charizard. I'll have to check in the email and make sure. You probably, I don't, because sometimes people like me to sign the back. That way it's not on the face of the card, and I totally get that. And I think it's nice when you sign a PSA case, because, man, stupid tape. Because, you know, if you ever get tired of it and you don't want it on there, you can just take acetone and wipe the signature off. Which you wouldn't want to do that if you had somebody famous sign it, you know. I'm just like some guy on YouTube talking to you guys about Pokemon. And to make it interesting, we're going to do one more pack. See what happens when I do that. I think some kind of numbers pulled up there. I don't know. Let's see if we can pull us the Charizard. There's a code. There you go. Back when code cards were customizable. What is that? 1, 2, 3. I can't even remember. Alright, we have Amoonguss. Got a Plasma card. Piloswine. Golbat. Patrat. Carvana. Whismur. Foongus. Purloin. Got a reverse holo Magnemite and Snorlax. This one was always really cool, and it saw some playing time. But anytime you have a Snorlax, people try to play this thing because usually it's colorless and it's basic. Let's see, what was the ability? Block. As long as this Pokemon remains your active Pokemon, your opponent's active Pokemon can't retreat. So I guess if you put this thing out there and you can protect it, he'd be alright. Just 30 damage times the number of Team Plasma cards you have in play. Oh wow, yeah, so I mean if you stuck a bunch of these Snorlax on your bench and some other basic Plasma card, dang, that thing would be rocking, what, 150, 180 damage? And you could just load it down with some DCEs. That's pretty cool. Thank you so much, Matthew, for the free box that you sent with all this cool stuff inside of it. I definitely appreciate it. And we'll get that Dark Charizard signed and the Gold Star Charizard coming back towards you. Thanks.